like I'm leaving here with something. You know what I mean? I'm from around the way. I'm leaving with something.
It's the I'm Leaving Here With Something podcast. It's your boy Chuck, and I'm here with
Big Shot, and it is episode 25.
25,
after
baby.
the Kobe F, which was great.
25.
Thank you, everybody, for showing us love.
Yes,
we
yes,
appreciate
yes.
y'all. Subscribers going up. Please keep
Like the
subscribing.
love the like.
Comment. We here for
Share.
y'all. We
Hit that
are
like,
y'all.
hit that like, hit that like, hit that like.
You are us, and we are you.
Like
okay?
the love and love to like.
We talk about the topics just like you talk about.
Yes.
But we just bring it to life in the podcast.
Bing,
All
ding,
right?
ding.
Speaking of, without further ado,
ding.
the biggest story.
Take that.
We got so many people like, shout out to my people's like, you're gonna cover the Puffy, right?
Take that.
Shout out to everybody who said that. So anyway, my man Puff, man, what do you think about he got off on a couple charges, or most of the charges, serious charges. He got a couple, but he's waiting, they still got him locked down.
Yes.
He didn't, they denied his bail. What do you think about the whole situation?
Well, let me say this. It's a big win for Puff.
Yeah.
Bad news for the Southern District of New York.
Talk about it. Oh my God.
Yeah. So here we go. Puff found not guilty on the 3 major charges of racketeering, some other extra, and some other extra, right?
Do you think that, you said not guilty. Do you think that R. Kelly was in jail? Like, not guilty. You think he was singing?
Yo,
before?
nah, you
not
know
guilty.
what? R. Kelly probably was like, hey, yo, man, my man getting ready to come through here. So y'all get the joint ready for him. That's what R. Kelly was probably thinking.
R. Kelly,
you know what I'm saying?
Remember how, like, was he scratching like, you got any more of them lawyers? Like, okay.
Yo, Brian Still.
He want Puff joint?
Yes. If he'd have had the Young Thug, so Puff had Young Thug's lawyer.
Right.
Let's get that straight. Brian Still came in on the tail end of that.
Yeah.
And Yeah. Shout out Brian Still, by the way. You know what I'm saying?
So with all this Puffy stuff going on, is being a pimp under siege, or is it just?
Well, let me.
Because how do you look at it? Well, from step back.
Okay,
is he the ultimate pimp that just they just mad because he pimping? Is that what it is?
Well, no, Sha. I think it's more.
I mean, besides the domestic violence,
right? The other stuff, like
because that is inexcusable.
Puff isn't doing nothing that the average person wouldn't do. You know what I'm saying? But he's not average, exactly. Right. So they got him in there on this Mann Act, right? So now let me explain to you guys what the Mann Act really is. This is a law from 1910. It's like you said, Sha, it could go racist. It's a racist law, right? But here's the thing. We all do this every day. Now, I'm going to give you an example, right?
Go.
You're talking to your loved one or your sweetheart, wife, whoever. You're in your crib. She's in her crib, right? You start sex talking on the phone. Hey, babe, I want to tear you up. And she's like, yes, I want to swallow you too, right?
Oh, God.
She does it. And you guys are like, okay, but neither one of you guys have a car, right? So now here it is. Okay, the guy says, okay, babe, let me call you right back. Give me a second. He gets the Uber, right? He sends you an Uber at a certain time. That Uber comes and retrieves you that he paid for, right? Now, when that Uber delivers you to your significant other, right? Or vice versa, him or her house, right? You have now just committed prostitution and trafficking. Same as being you ladies like to be flown out.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about.
In that same manner, the same thing.
Now, the prostitution part is that you had to pay. So it was a love one, then you technically not paying, but if you gave them any money.
No.
Right, because it have to be a transaction for
but let's be clear on how the feds term it. They use a term called an instrument. So the Uber and the plane is the instrument, right?
Right.
Did you have to pay for that?
Yeah.
So regardless if you exchange money with the person or not,
interesting.
There's a paper trail for that type of exchange. In other words,
of course it is.
If I bought you $1,000 flight, right? Or I'm gonna give you one even better. You ever took somebody out on a date and the meal and the tab come, and it's $250, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are you expecting something after that meal?
Wow.
You know, like it's sort of on that level.
Right.
But now, if you go to the Cheesecake Factory,
Oh God,
as they say, right? And I just met you, we eat, I pay the bill. I am now standing outside expecting my due diligence now.
We're gonna say it's due diligence.
Due diligence.
Oh my
That's
God.
what we're gonna call it.
Okay.
So that's how the feds is getting him on the Nobel. The Mann Act, it's a terrible act.
Yeah.
It's racist.
It's still on the books.
Still on the books.
Right.
But you've never heard nobody until Puff
Mm-hmm.
go on a federal level or getting ready or about to do federal time for engaging in a sex act. Like, come on, man.
So I just feel like, you know, Puffy from his standpoint and his family, everything, like you said, it's a huge win.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there was a lot of people that really wanted him to fall. You know, like you can feel a groundswell of, you know, but I think it's more of like, especially when women have looked at this and they've seen what he's done, you know, like he just got to pay the price. And somebody else said too, like sometimes your karma is due. Like you might not get all of it, but he got, you know, he got the karma because, you know, just because I think him just doing time like one day was killing him. Like you seen him when he wanted to get out, he pounded on the
He's
chair.
been in there for 9 months.
Right. So it's like, you know, you take away somebody who's like that, who had a life. Because to me, if you have a lifestyle like Puffy and you take it away, like even 1 month,
1 day,
that's a killer to him. That's like, you know what I'm saying? Because look how he was
punishes you
out in the world. Look what he was doing. You know what I'm saying? Like
the freedom.
Right, the freedom. And he thought he could do like almost anything. And I think when you get that type of money and you're that big, you know, you feel untouchable. It's still somebody has a vendetta against you. And then it looks insurmountable at times. Because at times it looks like, well, we're never going to see Puffy again.
And listen, it doesn't matter how much money you have, how powerful you think you are.
Right, you could be stopped.
When they sit you down, my guy, they will sit you down.
Yeah,
so trust me.
Yeah. So what do you think Puffy's coming home? Do you think it's going to be in the summer?
I think it's going to be
time served.
Well, here's the thing. They already have his sentencing set for sometime in October, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which I feel like they're going to drag this thing out to get the full year out of him, right?
And then time served.
And it should be time served.
Okay.
Because of his team, his legal team in there is one of the best, one of the greatest, one of the best you can afford right now going up against the Feds, Joe. Trust me.
Yeah.
So with that team in play and the things that he's trying to set in motion, like, listen, I'm willing to do this, because I did hear that the U.S. attorney is still trying to give him something like 50 to 63 months still. They're still trying to get some serious time out of him.
Well, but this is now just to end it off.
Yeah.
This is where the prosecutors are like make their bones. Because if you say you prosecuted Puffy, you could go to anybody, you know, in these crimes and you're going to be made. It's like these people are trying to be made. You know what I'm saying? Right. So if you got the Puffy case on your resume, boy, you're looking good.
Yeah, but
just like you mentioned Young Thug's lawyer, right?
Right.
Why? Because he got notoriety because he know what he's doing.
Exactly.
But now he could pop out like Kendrick.
Exactly.
Oh, what case you need me?
Who need me?
Pop out.
Who
this is one of those where a lot of people make their careers off this. Like,
yes.
Remember the OJ? A lot of those lawyers made their case off of, you know what I'm saying? Just like, you doesn't fit, it must have quit.
Oh yeah,
like,
Johnny and them. Yeah.
Right, like,
but the prosecutor though.
Oh yeah. See, but they fell. But I'm saying,
man.
like, if you this is where it's make or break.
Right.
It's literally make or break.
Yes.
Like the Johnny Cochran. And then the Cochran firm was way beyond his life. He died. Yes. The Cochran firm still was huge. So it's just like, it's one of those things. So you know what? The case is huge. Everybody was looking at it. Man, listen, shout out to everybody involved.
Yes.
Good or bad.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But hopefully lessons are learned in this. You know what I'm saying? That's how we look at it.
Exactly.
You know
exactly.
But if anything else happens, leave it here with some podcast.
Please
get in them comments.
Let
what
us
you
know.
think about Puff? What you think about the case?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? What you think, period, overall?
Talk to us. We talk back. So
you know what I'm saying? Yes.
Definitely on this.
Leave us in them comments, all right?
All right.
On to the next segment. Yo, man. Speaking of, on this next segment, because we deal with gambling, we came in the podcast talking about gambling, giving picks.
Yes, we did.
And then we evolved into sports and the culture.
Yes, we did.
So we got a topic about gambling.
Yes, we do.
And this is Malik Beasely. You know what I'm saying? Under a grand jury and he's under investigation for gambling.
Before we get into that, let me check my parlay.
Okay, look at that. All right, look at this. Put that down.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway,
yeah.
So Malik Beasely, right? Yeah. NBA star. Well, I don't say star, but NBA player. You know, for my Pistons too this year. But he's playing for multiple teams. Mm-hmm. If he's up for a deal, he's a free agent, and he had like a $45 to $50 million deal on the table.
Yes,
but they had to pump the brakes. You know why? Because he was gambling on himself. So now the thing. This is the part where my colleague right here has said that some things in real life lead to other things. Like his life, he had a lot of people he owed.
Crazy, man.
So I think
for no reason.
I think he turned to gambling to try to settle those debts, and he went down the rabbit hole, and now his whole career may be in jeopardy.
And the crazy part, Shy, is he made enough money to actually pay these
$60 million
right?
in his career up to date.
Right. So now you owe petty stuff like your barber 20-some thousand. You owe your
dentist.
lease.
Your dentist, 30-something thousand.
You got a new set of grill, 30-some thousand. You owe on a lease your crib, 30-some thousand. Your barber is suing you.
Barber's suing. He got a whole bunch of other outstanding debts
crazy
too.
Loans.
Yes. So you had said before about like, how do you know what I'm saying? Like as far as like a barber and like how do you try to settle? And I was saying like whenever you get somebody, let's say you're a barber, whatever you do, let's say you're a hairstylist, right? Mm-hmm. If you got, let's say Cardi B you doing Cardi B's hair. Right? Or you're doing somebody famous hair. You probably don't ask for payment right on demand because she's famous. You hoping that famous person parlays other famous people. She brings in Meg Thee Stallion.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So you kind of like, you know what? I'm in this joint, so I'm not going to bother them for like little
my
payment.
Money?
Right. I'm just saying because that person just as powerful can turn around and kill your business.
That's true. But here's the thing, right? Yeah. If you're doing good business and you're putting out a quality, right?
Right.
First of all, if I'm on that level, right? If you give me a service or do a service for me, I'm going to pay you right there. Money on the wood is always good, right?
Right.
And if it's that good, that's not going to stop me from referring you. I'm definitely going to put you on and refer you.
Right. And he probably did, which is probably why he held it. Like, let's just say he referred you to 5 other people, and those 5 other people paying, but he's not.
I mean, okay, so
you know what I'm saying? Now you're in the he brought you to those 5 people, but he's not paying.
Right. So now here's the thing: if I'm cutting those 5 the same day, yeah, I got you for free, my guy. Oh. If it's in the same day, but if them guys hitting me at different points in times, and you hitting me at a different time, I want my money.
Remember, I told you there's a famous in The Sopranos where. You know what I'm saying? Artie was the restaurant and the mob would come in there and eat all the time, but they never paid a bill. You know what I'm saying? Then he kept on bothering him, like, yo, Tony, what's up with you owe me $45K.
But, okay, so look at it like this, Sean, right? That's the barbershop thing is not costing me nothing but my time and I'm using my instruments, right?
Right.
The restaurant's a little different. If they keep eating up, how do I replenish the restaurant for meals? If you and your team come in there and eat $20,000 worth of food, right?
Yeah.
How am I replenishing that? Like I'm taking from my profits or my savings or whatever to replenish something. Yeah. So when you can pay me when you feel like it.
I'm just saying, like that's how you get them out of business. But anyway, staying on the Malik Beasely, I'm saying like he may have jeopardized careers. Like the chances you take, but gambling could be like a slippery slope. I just don't think he was gambling first. I think he turned to it. Because of
there was no longevity of this thing going on for like years he's been in the league.
I think of a person that doesn't pay their dentist, a person that doesn't pay their barber, I think a person that doesn't pay rent is gonna be a person that's gonna go into gambling for a quick buck. Flip. He's like, look, I'm gonna put it on me. I'm gonna gamble on me tonight.
In other words, I see what you're saying. Like in other words, he was doing each one to pay each one off. Like I'm gonna put this in. This gets me this amount. When it hit, I'm gonna pay. I'm gonna try to. Right. Yeah.
So that type of person, it's not like he was a gambler per se.
But then again, his one NBA check a night could have covered all 3 of them. Am I right?
Right. But when you get those checks, you're living on the high end. So wherever you living, it's high end. You're getting cars, high end. Then those high-end fees, everything. It adds up. Adds up. When you in that lifestyle, it's just like us. When we pay $1 to us, is 100 to them. But they are in that lifestyle where 100 to them is like, you know what I'm saying? They're not paying what we pay.
Yeah.
So if the money is moving, just like it's moving with us. If you get a slippery slope, it's over, B, man. Yo, shout out to Malik Beasely. Hope you get out of that, man. know
Because,
what I'm saying?
we don't want to
turn
see
to
you in
gambling.
China. We don't want to see you
I
in
think we're
China,
gonna see him
B.
in China, B.
You might end up in China, B.
You're gonna play with the
Ballin'.
Shanghai Sharks. See,
Yo.
it's like about Hiroshima. Shoot the basket. You know what I'm
Over
saying?
there with Steph.
Yeah, it's gonna be Marbury. You know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna be you know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna be out there.
Oh my God.
It just, you know what I'm saying? Listen,
Watch
man,
out, yo.
slippery slope, but let's don't blame gambling for this one.
Right.
This dude
Choices.
Choices. I don't like the choices.
Yo.
Anyway.
Choices.
On to the next,
yo.
On to the next, man. Pay your dues. Pay your bills.
Yo, man, this nigga make enough.
Pay your bills.
One check though would wipe out these three right
Come
here.
on.
One NBA
you don't pay
night.
your barber, dentist, and everything.
But exactly. Now
Come
the
on.
dentist, my thing is, how do I owe the dentist? Don't the NBA got a health plan, right?
I'm pretty sure.
So I'm
pretty sure they ain't under no health. I think that health plan.
They have the best of the best though.
Right, but that health plan happens like especially when you retire, they get like the best ones. But like right now,
right
they
now,
be out there freelancing.
What the fuck?
On,
I need my teeth cleaned every twice a year, and they not covering it. I gotta pay out of pocket for
He not
cleaning
his teeth. He getting new teeth.
He getting new teeth, right? So if what happened if my teeth get knocked out in the game? Who covering that? The NBA, the league insurance,
check.
right? What the fuck?
You get money like that for a reason, man.
Jesus Christ.
On to that.
Mike Brown, let's do
Mikey
it.
Brown. Yeah, man. Let's end this beautiful podcast off. Guess who got a new coach? Because we was talking about Dawn. Did they get Dawn?
Right? No.
They get Dawn?
Sibo, guess who they got? Tell them, Shy.
They got Mike Boogie Brown.
Ta-da!
Mike Boogie Brown. After all this time, all this speculation.
I love it.
You know what? It's time to break into the song. You ready?
What's that?
Go New York, go New York, go!
No.
Oh, no?
I gotta give them
Got a better one?
Bing bong. The Nims. Put your Timbs on.
Oh, man.
I know Sibo is on the couch, man.
Come on. So anyway, if anybody who was living under a rock, Mike Brown is the new head
Knicks
coach of the Knicks. Now, this is what I got to say about it.
Go ahead.
Quick.
Let me hear it.
And this is. I was trying to explain this.
Mm-hmm.
The NBA is a business, right?
Yes, it is.
Tibbs, really, really good coach. I think a lot of Knicks fans really like Tibbs. That's why it was like a little fight about letting him go. It wasn't like it was unanimous. Like, yeah, finally tired of Tibbs. No,
right.
I think it was. People was like, look, he took us this far, and we owe him a debt of gratitude.
Okay.
Now, this is the thing about what people looking at is sports and business, right?
Right.
The thing Mike Brown brings that Tibbs doesn't bring is that Mike Brown, he's more of an up-tempo guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he plays all his players, right?
Right.
So now let's just take it there. Let's keep it there because I'm gonna give you an aspect. So because Mike Brown plays his players, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now the Knicks made trades to get players like Bridges,
yes,
for six draft picks, whatever it is, right?
Yes, they did.
So if you have a whole team, right? If Mike Brown plays pieces of the bench that didn't play, those pieces become valuable, right?
They do.
So then when the offseason comes, if you want to get better, you have the other teams have seen you play these other players, right? And these other players have value.
They see the potential,
right? There is not one bench player
on the Knicks
that they could go and be like, give me 75 cents on the dollar for this dude, okay? Because nobody plays.
Hey, yo.
Well, Tibbs is like,
he kept him in the vault.
Yeah, yo, Tibbs. You know what Tibbs' nickname was?
What?
First 48. Because everybody played 48 minutes.
So the first
one
team,
to 48.
First team
for
if you
48
breathe,
minutes. I'll sub you. The first to 48.
Oh my God.
Okay, so that's the real reason why. Because the NBA is a business, right? The NBA is a business.
Yo, son.
So if you look, OKC. Let's just go to the other side.
Yeah.
OKC played
everybody.
So the people you never, Case and Wallace,
right.
Wiggins. All these players have value now because they not only played on the championship team, they contributed. So when they go to the tape, Wallace played 22 minutes, 4 threes, 16. Yeah, one big game 5.
Points. Yeah, exactly.
So it's like
so did Indiana.
Right. So we talking about TJ McConnell, right?
Right.
TJ McConnell. Like TJ McConnell is valuable,
right now.
Okay. That's what you can't say about anybody on the Knicks bench. You can't say yo,
not one best player over there we can talk about.
No, the best one is Deuce, and I feel like Deuce McBride, he's
he's more the sixth man,
right? But I'm saying off the bench, right?
Right.
He's serviceable, right? He's a good
great
NBA
3-point shot.
He
good
can shoot the
percentage, everything.
But can you put Deuce McBride in the package right now? No, they still want to see more from him.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying? So nobody over there has value. So then when you say, "Damn, we can get one more piece," who are you going to get it? Right. I'm just saying, like from your team. So so the Knicks in the front office is thinking that way, even though the fans are thinking, Tibbs. The reason why they got rid of him with no plan is because of that.
Wow.
Yeah. I thought that he got when they was getting rid of him. I thought it was a plan. I was like, oh, he definitely get Mike Malone. A championship. But they really didn't. And then you seen everybody was turning them down, right?
Right.
They're right. Hell no, nah, I'm straight. Everybody was. Rick Pitino said, "What? Nah." Who the Knicks? Then the people who thought they could get a job, Kenny Smith and all that. We don't want you.
No.
We don't want even Better World Peace was like, I was like, oh
Ron Artest,
Ron Artest was on the podcast, like, just give me a shot. You know what I mean? Like, y'all buy Tibbs, y'all don't got no plan.
But Meta World Peace will have you fighting out there, B.
Imagine World Peace is the coach.
He's gonna get it. It's the new Bob Knight.
Like I want to see Better World Peace and then Dawn Staley as assistant. Like that's what I want to see. Like it'd be turned up in there. I don't even know if I'll be watching the game or watching the bench. Which one would you be?
Shy is killing me right now, yo. I'm holding it in because our engineer is a Knicks fan, and
I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Like, but I want you to think of it in a different way. I'm giving y'all different thought patterns. Like, we need to have dudes that's valuable.
I dig it. I definitely dig it.
The 1 games that they won, the 2 games that they won because they played the bench. Landry Shamet was out there.
And you held them, and you had to hold them to 100.
And then you know what's crazy too? Like the one thing about the one thing that's missing too is like if you play that bench player that 1 game and he does something amazing, like you at least give a chance for that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like you're gonna catch the other team off guard when you bring that guy in and like, I'll take a chance or go out there and play. They're like, man, I don't see no tape on this guy. And the guy go off. There's many stories like that.
And you can't stop him.
There's many stories like that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
That happens in the league. Like in the NFL, when a guy comes out there his first year and does good, there's no tape on this guy.
Right. I forgot that point guard that Cleveland, we speaking of Mike Brown that had Cleveland, but the point guard that came off when they played Golden State in the championship and he was going at Curry. He was a white kid, but he was literally used. You remember? He got famous because he went out there and played hard. They lost the fight, but he went out there and did his thing. So it's like those things like that. Like Mike Brown is going to give a chance for that. You know what I mean? He's gonna be able to play the whole team because Mike Brown knows that he needs the team fresh at the end. Because if you think about this, like those players, they're not gonna say it because they're players, but they was exhausted.
Of course, Tibbs, he's gonna run you down.
As a man, you're not gonna be like, well, I was tired. No, you're gonna be for the team. You know what I'm saying? And they got people who media train you. They're gonna be like, nah, we can handle the 40-some minutes. Once they was in the back, when they saw him going, oh God, thank God. I can breathe again, like so.
Coach, take me out.
I can play like 28 minutes now. It won't be no more hostage tapes.
But
they was in there like hostages. You know what I'm saying?
But listen though, Mike Brown. For those of y'all that don't know who he is, right? He was LeBron's coach when LeBron got drafted into Cleveland.
Yeah,
this is who coached LeBron his first 7-8 years in the league. So this guy has a nice resume. He went from there to he was on the Golden State when they was winning.
He was assistant.
And he was just Sacramento's head coach, and they fired him in the mid-season.
And I think
it
was unfair. Yeah,
exactly. Because of him, it's a player.
Because it was a game that happened with Fox.
Fox, yeah.
He left one of our players in the corner and he fouled him on the 3-point shot.
Exactly.
Then he talked to him about it. Then they had a whole meeting the next day at practice.
It got crazy.
Got thrown under the bus.
Right.
But Mike Brown's a very good coach.
Yes.
He's a great guy. A very good human being. And I think that he'll fit well into the Knicks culture. I think the team is going to like him. And I think the fans will like him too. Give it some time.
Yes.
But he better win. He don't win.
That's what I was going to get to.
No coach that don't win.
I said, whoever they bring in, you cannot do less than what you did record-wise now.
And goal-wise. I think they got to go wait. They got to go to the Eastern Conference Finals, bro. They have to. Wait. This is the factor. They have to.
Wait. We're not going to go that far.
No, they have to.
Just don't have a worse record.
No, they have to get to the Eastern Conference Finals.
And then the playoffs will play itself.
But you know why? Because the East is wide open now. So if you got Indiana hurt and Boston hurt, I want to hear it. You better get to the Eastern Conference Finals. But you still got to worry about Cleveland, bro.
you still kind of got to worry about.
No, I don't have to worry about anything. Mike Brown has to worry.
Wait,
you better get to the Eastern Conference Finals. I don't got to worry about those things.
And Orlando, let's not.
They're all good teams.
Yeah,
but you can't tell me that they're going to lose to Orlando and it'd be okay. No, it won't be okay. Yeah. Shout out to Mike Brown. Congratulations.
Shout out Mike Brown.
Shout out to the Knicks fans. You got a guy. You got a coach. And now we can move on and see what happens.
Let's see what happens. I can't wait till October. I don't know about you guys.
You know what I'm saying? But I can't wait any longer to end the podcast. Remember to like, comment, share, subscribe. This is the I'm Leaving Here with Something podcast. This is Big Shot.
And I'm Chuck. And we out. Yo, Shot was bombing the Knicks, man.
I'm just telling you.